Hi, and thank you for looking at AP Art History as a possible option to your course load for next year. I am Mr. Schuler, and I am one of the instructors for the course. And so let me kind of briefly walk you through what the class is, what the class isn't, maybe clear up some expectations, things like that. And if you have questions, at the very last slide, I'll have contact information for me. So let's get going. So what is AP Art History? So it is a whole bunch of images, 250 image sets that contain 403 images itself. So as we go through the slides, you're going to see some of those. Of course, I couldn't put all of them on there because we just don't have the space, but it does give you an idea on the breadth of images that we will be studying next year. All the way from prehistoric cave paintings, all the way up to contemporary times of today. So let's take a look at some of the things that are probably on your mind. So first, what are the prerequisites? So one, you've got to be a sophomore or older. The other thing we really look at is you either should have already taken world history, or you should either be in AP World History or World History. I think there is a great connection with world history and these images, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. All right, let's take a look now at the skill set that successful students tend to have. One, you've got to have an open mind. We're going to go through a variety of image sets across cultures, across empires, across continents, etc. And so it is not just Eurocentric in terms of Renaissance and stuff like that. Will we hit those pieces? Absolutely. But we're going to get pieces from all over the globe. And you've got to kind of have this open mind about learning about new things. My students tend to be great organized individuals. So they'll have note cards. We use Quizlet with flashcards, so you don't have to physically write them out. We will do note sheets and things like that. So all of those repetitions are going to help us remember the actual piece. And the other ones really are the ones who have taken or are currently taking AP World. Those tend to be more successful because it does tie in that bigger picture. So the AP World teachers here at Cambridge are phenomenal, and they're going to give you a lot of content. And as a former AP World teacher myself, I can tell you that this course is going to fill in that story because it's not just about the political context, but also the iconography, the pictures that the College Board is beginning to incorporate more and more into, and you get that total picture of social, cultural, and political iconography through art and how that culture has created it and what the purpose is. Now let's look at the course workload, because that's ultimately what everybody says. How hard is it, and how much do I have to do every day? Well, one, it's 250 image sets. And I know it sounds like a huge amount of work, but we try to really chunk this. And so we go through 2 to 3 images a day, and that's it. So I think that's a manageable enough number that you can kind of take this class on top of AP World or another AP class, etc. We are constantly trying to find time in the school day that lets you kind of either get a head start or get caught up during the class period itself. So while we go through 2 to 3 image sets, several days we try to give you time in the class period itself. All right, courses of study. And so here's essentially how the semesters are broken down. I'm not going to go through them specifically, but in the first semester, we're going to go through prehistory, all the way early stuff, Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, Rome, that early Gothic, Romanesque, etc. We're going to then go over to the East, go through Islamic architecture and art, the art of Hinduism and Buddhism, and then art from the Americas. Second semester, we start with the Renaissance, and we really kind of move from there all the way up to contemporary time period. And so contemporary, we're talking about things that are going on now. So even if they're not in the image set, we're constantly bringing images in that are going to reinforce previous concepts. All right, so now let's take a look at the AP exam format. So how are those images going to be tested? And we try to emulate the exact same thing that the College Board is going to do to you in May. And so our tests generally have a combination of free response as well as multiple choice. So in May, you're going to have two sections. The first is multiple choice. You have 60 minutes to do 80 multiple choice questions. Some of those are going to be from the image sets. Some of them are just rote memorization. Some of them are going to be images that you may not have seen, but are tied to an artistic tradition within the image set. And then the second part are going to be 6 essays or free response questions. So you'll have 2 long FRQs, one on comparison, one on visual and contextual analysis, and then you're going to have 4 short FRQs, and those take about 15 minutes each. And you've got visual analysis, contextual analysis, you have attribution and continuity and change for those images. So that is pretty much the course. So what do you do at this point? One, besides just automatically go out and sign up, if you have any more content information or about the course or anything else, this is my email right here. Feel free to shoot me an email, put in the heading like AP Art History questions or something like that. It is schulerm@fultonschools.org. And we will try to address all of your questions. And I hope to see many of you in class next year. Thanks for watching.